Morning, guys, gals, everybody else. How y'all doing today? Hope everybody's having a great and wonderful day, or you've had a great and wonderful day, however you're watching this. How y'all doing?
You see this mess behind us? We have so much to do, and we're wanting your help. We're going to walk around today, and we're just going to talk about some of the projects that we have coming up that we want to do. It might be a project we start today. It might be a project that's going to happen a year from now.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Some of these projects we're really trying to hopefully get to, and we're really needing definitely the comments down below on ideas, suggestions, research that y'all know about that we might have missed, just anything that you might have, or of course your own experiences that work the best for you as well. We just need some extra ideas, I guess you'd say.
Yes, so let's walk around. We're going to show you some of the projects we have. Please leave any comments in the comment boxes below
Yeah, that area.
Ideas that you have that might help us with the projects we're going to discuss today. It is in no means all the projects we have.
True.
We have a lot more, but these are just the ones that are kind of on the forefront of our minds. Some of you have asked, what else are you doing on the homestead? So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. One thing I will have to say is I have a bad habit. I always try to do touch it once type idea. You know.
Well, he doesn't.
I try to, but it doesn't happen that way because, you know how everything can be hectic. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know that. And it's like, the spot behind us that we want to do something with, it just ended up being a spot to where I could throw stuff to real quickly because, we're still trying to bring stuff from the other place and everything. And my suggestion is always make sure that you find a spot for it, and that's where it's going to go, so you don't have to touch it 5 or 6 times like I normally got to do. And she's saying all this, but she doesn't come up with the ideas to put it somewhere either, now does she? That's why it's all scattered around everywhere and bulked up. So don't let her think.
I
Yeah.
say you find one spot.
I bet you a lot of you other guys out there, and probably women too as well, know how the spouse can be.
Just because I didn't find a space to put everything doesn't mean he can't come up with the idea of where to put it.
Yeah.
Let's get started.
Let's just look right over this little spot right here, maybe. Okay, first idea, and this is one that I've been kind of seeing different things on, and I'd really like to know if anybody's had it and it's worked best for you. I have a big deep hole already dug here, and from what we understood, the persons that had the property before dug the big hole to put, as you know, our famous school bus extension to the future shop. Their plan was obviously to put this in a hole to make it like a shelter.
I don't think anyone realizes how deep this hole is.
I'm about almost 6 feet, and it looks like I've still got another foot or so above me at this spot, but it's because we've had some fall in down here and everything. My idea was definitely a root cellar. But if anybody's got great ideas or a great site on building a good root cellar, like do I need to put a concrete pad down or gravel down or just leave it dirt, and then what's the best way to put the best material to use really for the walls to make sure it's going to be sturdy enough, because I've been thinking maybe some cinder blocks maybe to build up the sides to put a roof across to make sure it's going to hold the weight of, I guess, at least, my assumption is you want to put at least a foot of dirt over the top of it. If course, if y'all know better, let me know if it needs to be higher or lower or what. This is one of the projects I'd really like to get going soonish, because, you know, once we get the garden going and everything, plus it'd also be a good storm cellar at the same time, you know, for emergencies, in case when we first moved out here we had some really bad winds that came through and everything, and you know, it wouldn't be bad to know that we've got a safe place to go. So this, we're assuming, was a little playhouse that they had for their kids, but we're almost thinking now it might be a good setup for possibly making one end down here possibly like a little chicken brooder. You know, we get little baby chicks, and because we'd have it nicely enclosed and it'd be a good set place. It's not far to where I can run a little power to it to put some lights to and things. And then we thought maybe on the other end it could be possibly big enough to actually come off the other end of it. You know, excuse all the mess around here. To come off the other end a little bit, to make a little caged in area to possibly, you know, because all we have right now is all hens on our egg layers, but we're thinking about getting maybe a Wyandotte rooster. And so we thought, what, you take one rooster, say 2 hens, and put them on one end for a little breeding area, so we don't, because we don't want to put the rooster with all the other chickens to kind of have all fertile eggs coming out and everything. So, and if you think that probably roughly 3 foot wide would be a big enough area for nesting and things like that to go off of. Okay, where are we going next? Oh, maybe right on the other side. Let's go.
Back when we very first started this channel, we did a property tour, and that was right after we had first cleared out this area here. I had mentioned this is where I wanted our soap shop to go. So this is where that soap shop is going. I'm so excited because this is going to happen probably within the next month. So any ideas you have on that, yeah, please leave those down below, because that is coming out very soon. So with the soap shop going here, basically where you see our trailer at right now, it is going to be close to the old treehouse playhouse thing that we just talked about, and that will put me in close proximity to whatever we put in there, whether it be a brooder, a breeding pen for the chickens, or quail. It's going to put me close, and so I can keep an eye on those. When it comes out here, then we're going to start fitting it out to be the soap shop on the inside, and that should make for some fun videos and any ideas you have on setting up the inside of the shop to turn it into the soap shop, because it used to be Jeff's workshop. So that's going to be fun.
And it's a 12 by 24 drop down shed is what it is.
Yes, 12 by 24. And the sink that I did in the super clean video is my favorite part of this shop. So that is one thing that's going in it. So any ideas or plans you have, or how, if you have a craft shop or a she shed or a man cave, the way it's set up, if you have something you just really love about what you've done to it, let me know below so that I can incorporate that into my shop.
Alrighty. Now, there's another little project. We've got a slider. And that's why what we're trying to prevent here, because of all the rain we normally get around here and all the mud that we get around here.
I almost lost it.
So we got an idea to put possibly like a little small bridge across this little spot, because it's kind of in an aspect to get to good old buddy Steve there. And it's a good little area, but we're thinking about putting like a little bridge across here I've got some of these like light poles that are made out of metal. Think about using those as a base. But if you've got any suggestions on like, or you know of a good place to look for the what would be the strengths of weight that things can take or something, to know what kind of thickness or something I need for X weight. This is probably not going to be one of these bridges that, you know, I'm going to drive a car over. It'll probably be more like a walking bridge. It's not probably even going to be for our little subcompact tractor that's probably what, a ton or so weight or whatever, however it weighs. So as you can see with our rain, we got a little, it's a washout from the very front part of the property that comes all through down here. And we thought with putting the little bridge right across here was our other idea, is we've got another deep little hole, and that we thought about coming back and possibly back about, maybe if you can see it, where this tree kind of goes down, where all these leaves are piled up down at the end, come across it with some decent dam material. Now I thought about taking something to where maybe a lot of that bamboo or something and use it for part of the wall, and then, you know, should I get like a pool liner or something maybe to block up against it? But we thought about this to be like a little pool area that would hopefully fill up, keep the water in here from the rains, and then another thing to maybe possibly get later with some ducks or something. And we thought this might make a little area for them to swim around in, and, you know, have something instead of putting up little swimming pools or something, you know, for them to play in the water. Look at all the mud and slop.
So you can see we have a water runoff issue in the spot that we were really wanting to put our garden. We're not looking forward to root rot and losing everything we plant. So this behind us is a hill that goes up, and the water runs off from our neighbor's property. So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to cut back all the way to our property line, which is gonna create a ledge. But we're thinking putting a retaining wall and maybe diverting some of the water that way, because there is a small ravine, diverting some of it this way to our little culvert ditch that you've seen, probably not noticeably, but we've got one over there. So the water will go both ways around. We're hoping the retaining wall will keep some of the water out of our garden. If you don't think it'll work, or you don't think it's a good idea, or you have a better idea or ways that we can do it, please let us know down below. I really want the garden here. There's a lot of good sunlight. It's a good flat area. We have a lot to still dig up. That's why we did not get it ready for, it's just not ready for spring garden. We really want to get it there for the fall garden though.
And that's what? That's probably 5 feet or so, 5 to 6 feet for a wall. Needs to be put up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, last thing we're gonna bug y'all about is the area, the front area that, you know, saw that we've cleared out for the front part of our like little pasture area to bring our goats and maybe hopefully some sheep coming in soon. Is, you know, this is like a clay soil, and I've read a couple of different things on needing to put grass seed down, that sometimes you can't really put it straight down on clay soil because it won't root well.
Because it's too compact, so the roots won't be able to spread. But then we've read other things that say clay soil's great for grass.
So if you know a good
Seed
that works good on clay soil,
Red
just
clay.
direct to throw out, I guess, you know, just kind of rough up the ground a little bit, throw it all out, you know, because it's a pretty good size area. That's also a good grass for livestock to to chew on. You know, the sheep, the goats,
A cow.
a little cow maybe, a little donkey. That'd be great to know. I've got this forage mix that was supposed to be really good. It's got like clover and rye and different kind of grass seeds all mixed together. And
Our last goats loved it.
got it from Tractor Supply. If y'all know what maybe I'm talking about. I didn't look at the bag before, so I apologize to tell you exactly what it was.
But we didn't have this
But we didn't have this kind
all
of
red
soil.
clay
Yeah.
at our other house, even though it's not that far away. It's got a lot of good topsoil where we don't have that here.
True. If y'all have had any good experiences with it or know of anybody, please leave that down all below for us, because we really want to get our other livestock coming in. Really miss our goats, because just the personality of a goat
I
and
miss the goats.
just watching them bounce around when they're little, and they're just, those of you that have goats or had goats, I think y'all know what we're talking about. They're just,
There's nothing like goats.
there's just, yeah.
So in a nutshell, we want grass to grow in this red clay. Tell us how.
Please.
Please.
And of course, if anything that you'd like for us to do out here that y'all are needing more info on, if we know how to do it, we'll try to get something out there for you for that. Or definitely suggestions on what project should I probably be really focusing on next, and try to do that as well.
Yeah, what do you want to see us do? Because
What
I
do you-
guarantee you, we probably need to do a lot
Oh,
that's
yeah.
in our head. We showed you a few things today of projects that we've got coming up. There's a much longer to-do list.
Oh yeah.
So if you're wanting to see something specific, we might move one of our to-do list items up the line just to show you. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate you joining us for our little walk and talk today, and we hope to see you next time.
Y'all have a great and wonderful time. Can't wait to see y'all next time. Later.
It's so wet out.